Okay, that's all good. Dear God, thank you for the opportunity to come, for me allowing me to come and bless everyone with the knowledge and information that you sent to me from my mouth to their ears. I hope that everyone is open to receive. Thank you. I appreciate it. Amen. Amen. Let's see. I was just thinking, and my thoughts were, today I talked about stewardship. Stewardship is kind of like the responsibility of what you do for Christ or even in your everyday walk of life. It's how you manage to maintain and how you take care of whatever it is you have. May it be small, may it be big, whatever it is, you're responsible to. I feel like in the sense of Christianity in the Bible, stewardship is, if Christianity were a game, it's how you play the game. It's how you look at it. Like, if you were to look at a football game or a basketball game, you look at it from the standpoint of sportsmanship. You're doing it because you're trying to get better or to the next level, or you're trying to win. And if you're asking God, let me win at the thing that I'm doing, what I've been called to, or whatever I'm responsible for, if it is taking care of a garden or taking care of your fellow Christians, then you will be like, that's stewardship. Right. Now, I looked up, well, I went on the internet and got 50 Bible verses or whatever. Y'all have them, if y'all have them. So I went through and looked at the ones that stood out to me, and I'm going to kind of go through it and talk about it a little bit. The first one or whatever is Genesis 1:28. God blessed them and said to them, be fruitful and increase in number, fill the earth and subdue it. Rule over the fish and the sea and the birds in the sky, and over every living creature that moves on the ground. And to me, like I said, God has given us dominion over everything. So he's saying you are responsible for everything that you do. The second one is Deuteronomy 28:1. If you fully obey the Lord your God and carefully follow all his commandments I give you today, the Lord your God will set you high above all the nations of the earth. So the commandments is the rules of the game. It's telling you how to play and what to do and what not to do. So if you are doing what you're told to do and responsible for what you do and hold on to that, you shouldn't have any problems when it comes time for him to enlarge your territory or increase your faith or, anything that you're responsible for. Deuteronomy 28:12, the Lord will open the heavens and the storehouse of his bounty, to send rain on your land in season and to bless all the works of your hand. Now, in this one, it says in season. So he will let you know when it's your time for your blessing, as long as you're doing the right thing and taking care of what he has already took care of, what you're supposed to take care of. Again, it puts it out there as, like I say, your responsibility. You will always be responsible for something for God. Okay, I skip into the fifth one. Proverbs 3:9-10. Honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of all your crops. Then your barns will be filled to overflowing, and your vats will brim over the new wine. Basically, he's telling you that whatever he does, he's gonna do it to the point where when he blesses you, it's gonna overflow. You're gonna be filled he's gonna do it anew, like I said, a new wine, and he's gonna do it to the point where you don't have room to receive it. You're gonna have an overflow. Okay, Proverbs 10:4. Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. It's basically saying that if you do nothing, you get nothing. You know? Luke 16:10. Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much. And whoever is dishonest with very little will also be dishonest with much. So you're showing him and proving him that whatever he gives you, that you can be trusted with that. So then he will definitely take care of you and greater and give you more. But if you're doing wrong, the thing that he gives you, he sees that it just continue on. Matthew 25:21. His master replied, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness." Pretty much the same thing. You're taking care of the little things, and he'll give you great blessings. Matthew 6:33. But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. That's basically just talking about your relationship. Are you right in your relationship? Are you doing the right thing? It's always stewardship about doing the right thing, no matter what. Matthew 6:33. Matthew 6:33. Okay, next page, 21. Galatians 6:9. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. And it's basically saying stay in the fight. Stay in your stewardship. Stay happy with what you have, so that when it comes time to get your reward and show him that you were, doing the right thing, you will get your blessing. Proverbs 28:20. A faithful person will be richly blessed, but one eager to get rich will not go unpunished. It's basically saying don't rush him. He's going to do what he's going to do in time and on his time. They like this speak on God being, he knows when you're ready. And that's basically what I feel he's saying. Number 29, Isaiah 58:11. The Lord will guide you always. He will satisfy your needs in a sun-scorched land and strengthen your frame. You will be like a well-watered garden, like a spring whose water never fails. Okay, that's a lot to say. Because it's hard to find water in a sun-scorched land. But he's saying that if you hold to him and hold on to what he's just promised, he will be your, he will provide for you. He will be that water in the spring that you're looking for, and he tells you right there that he never fails. Number 32, 1 Timothy 6:18-19. Command them to do good, to be rich in good deeds, to be generous and willing to share. In this way, they will lay up treasure for themselves as a firm foundation for the coming age, so they may take hold of the life that is truly life. Another long one that we're talking about. At the end of the day, he talks about doing good, being good deeds, generous, being righteous or whatever. So in your stewardship, it's all about the good that you do for yourself, others, and whatever you've been called to be good to. There's never a point in time where you're supposed to be doing the wrong thing. There's always good. Everything's good. And if you speak good things that come out of your mouth, that's pretty much how your life will present itself. If you wake up in the morning happy, your day will be happy. If you go to sleep happy, you will wake up happy. I just kind of feel like he talks about treasure and generosity and good deeds. Sometimes you got to think about what is good and how good you are and how you can do the right thing. Number 35, Psalms 128:2. You will eat the fruit of your labor, blessings and prosperity will be yours. Like I say, doing labor, that's the thing that stood out for me. You have have to do something to get something. If you're not putting out into the world and universe to your people blessings, then you will get no blessings. Deuteronomy, number 37, Deuteronomy 39, then the Lord your God will make you most prosperous in all the work of your hand, and in the fruit of your womb, the young of your livestock, and the crops of your land. Woo. I just thought it sounded good, but when I read this, I identify with it talks about the works of your hand, and it talks about the fruit. So again, it still talks about the works and what you're doing yourself, and identifying that the thing that you do and what you hold on to get what you're going to get out of the works that you do. Number 38, Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope in the future. Now, with Jeremiah, and Jeremiah speaks of before you were ever conceived, he knew you. And with them talking on this or whatever, he has a plan. He plans for you to prosper, for you to, he doesn't want harm to come to you. That's why he gives you grace and mercy. And with this or whatever, he tells you, I don't want harm to come to you. I plan for you to have a hope and future and to prosper. So I feel like that is, like I say, the stewardship, how you play the game, how you win. And if you're, it's like, I feel like, I look at it from a standpoint of basketball or football or whatever, and they have an argument about, let's say, who's the greatest of all time, who's the GOAT, and they talk about Jordan, they talk about LeBron, they might even have Kobe in there, they might have Magic in there, but they all won championships. But I kind of look at LeBron and the outside of what he did with the game. He's built schools, he's brought, prosperity to his people, and I feel like that goes above and beyond the game that he's playing of basketball or whatever, Meanwhile, I looked at Jordan, and all he's really giving us is shoes. And that only really builds upon him to make his wealth. But if you can go out in the world and stake a claim to reach one and teach one, I feel like that is more important than the greatest of all time, because that circumvents and surpasses the argument. Okay, number 39, Ephesians 3:20. Now to him who is able to do immeasurably more than all ask or imagine, or according to his power that is at work within us. And this to me is like saying, like I said with the LeBron thing, it's like going above and beyond. It's like when you do get, are you giving back? Like what do you have? What do you? Because a lot of people are looking at it from the standpoint of stewardship. It's kind of, let's say people are looking at the Joneses. That's not stewardship. That's covenant, So if you're looking at what somebody else has, you might be blocking the blessings that God has for you. And your blessings might be way bigger than the Joneses. So, number 41, 1 Peter 4:10. Each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in His various forms. Again, it's like I say, being faithful in the rules and the grace that He's giving you. Because sometimes you might be doing bad, but God is always there with that grace to hold you to the stewardship that you have. He's not going to let you fail if you're doing the right thing. Number 42, James 1:12. Blessed is the one preserved under trial, because having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love Him. And love God and seek God, and He will definitely bless you, because He's always testing you. Number 44, Hebrews 13:16. And do not forget to do good and to share with others, for such sacrifices God is pleased. Like I said, if you're blessed, bless others. Number 45, 12:48. From everyone who has been given much, much will be demanded. And from the one who has been entrusted with much, more will be asked. The more you have, the more you have to give, the more you're looking for what kind of stewardship you have. And there's levels to it. Like I say, if there's a game, you start out, you might start playing basketball in middle school or football in middle school or whatever. But then you get to the high school level, you're in the junior varsity, you go to the varsity level. And if you go then you go to the college level, and then you go to the pros. And each level or whatever, he's testing you to see, are you willing to do what I ask you to make it to that next level? And that's how I feel on that. Number 47, Deuteronomy 8:19. But remember the Lord your God, for it is He who gives you the ability to produce wealth, and so confirms His covenant, which He swore to your ancestors as it is today. And this one stands out to me because I heard it a long time ago. And basically it's saying that He grants you the ability to produce wealth. You don't really have to, like once you know, you know. And you can pretty much go out and help yourself, and it'll go on for generation to generation if you keep teaching it to your family. Number 48, Proverbs 16:3. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plan. Okay, that's my last one. And basically he's saying that if your relationship with God is right, then your life will be right. He has a plan for you, and don't stop His plan. Go along. If you stick to the plan, He will definitely help you to carry out that plan by showing that you're capable of the stewardship that you have to take care of all that. Well, that was all the verses that I really was going to go over. If y'all are here, 50 of them. Now, the last thing I'm going to say is, someone once told me that they read the Bible. And they said, but someone told them, but that's not the point. You can't just read the Bible, you got to study the Bible. So you can't just go, because it's not exactly in order. Some verses are here, some verses are there. So if you don't know how to study, then you're really not going to really get anything from it by just reading it. And I'm glad to be here to study with y'all and hopefully we all got something out of it. And that is the stewardship of today. I thank y'all.